songs, let me tell you about a friend. It's Craig LeBlanc, where the good times never end. Talking Parks and Rec, it's a show you gotta know. Welcome one and all to the Daily Parks and Rec Show. It's the Daily Parks and Rec Show.
Honestly, at the beginning, there was some pushback, and this is the perfect thing to end on because I want every department, every agency out there to really listen to what I'm saying right now. Your story is how people will perceive you, but not just the public, how your elected officials, your county or city municipal administrators will perceive you. If you tell that story, the benefit to your citizens will only increase.
Welcome back to the Daily Parks and Rec Show from the 2025 LRPA Convention. This episode is all about the power of belief, leadership, and telling the Parks and Recreation story. Join us as we sit down with Thomas White from Henry County, Georgia, to talk about why believing in people changes lives, how storytelling elevates entire departments, and what happens when Parks and Rec professionals finally step into the spotlight. This is a conversation that reminds us why this work truly matters. Let's dive in.
So there we go. All right, we are live again, the third day from LRPA Annual Convention, 80th anniversary here in the state of Louisiana. And I have the great Thomas White all the way from Henry County, Georgia.
Yeah, thank you, Craig. You just put me in the right mood for this morning. You know, Craig, I started the morning. I have never seen the Mississippi River except for flying. And I started the morning seeing the Mississippi River. And just despite the fact that the water is muddy and I'm in the middle of a city, it just has a quiet beauty that reminds you of, hey, this is why we do. This is why parks and conservation are so important. Like, it's this natural beauty, this power that just can't be matched by anything in humanity.
Yep. One of the greatest rivers in the world. There he is.
There's Brian. I messed up and texted him and said I'm doing the podcast. So I set us up for that.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
At least he did.
Yeah.
At least he didn't vomit on us.
I got the hearts. There
Mine
we go.
won't work. Oh, well.
Okay. At least one of us got the hearts.
That's
anyway,
right.
You know, we're just so excited to be here. We were honored when Suzanne said that we could come and present at LRPA. This is our first time, other than the national podcasts, coming to a state or regional convention. And we're really excited. We've been to NRPA, but this is our first state regional convention. And just the feedback has been amazing. The people speaking to us have been amazing. And I just want to thank Louisiana Recreation and Park Association for their hospitality and the power of the people that are leading this. It's amazing. So I've met Suzanne and Nikki this week, and Suzanne and Nikki are incredible people. Louisiana Municipal Association lucked out when they got them, 100%.
Yeah.
I need to find amazing people like that. In fact, I may try to steal them, but that's a different story.
Yeah, they're powerhouses.
Yeah.
We're glad to have them.
100%. And we're looking forward to coming back.
All right. So I think I've discovered your superpower, Thomas.
What's that?
Believing in people.
Believing in people? I always thought it was my natural animal charm or whatever, but that's fine. That's fine. Believing in people. Yes, that's what I do. I believe in people.
Where does that come from?
You know, you've heard my story, working in the prison system and everything. A lot of those people, they didn't have anyone believing in them. And there was a 4-year period within the prison system where I was assigned to a rehab center. And I saw the power of belief when it clicked for people and they believed that they could do something more, that they didn't have to be stuck in that cycle of addiction time after time after time again. And they didn't have to keep doing that. You see that clicking. And oftentimes it started because somebody else lit a fire in them.
Yep.
And so I try to be that fire. That's where that belief comes from.
Yeah.
I try to be that flyer, that flyer.
Yeah.
Wow. It was a late night. I haven't been awake very long. All right. I try to believe that fire. No, be that fire. Wow. I am stumbling this morning.
Hadn't had coffee yet.
No, I really haven't. In fact, we're leaving for the airport in 6 minutes. Yeah. So I jumped on the podcast tired, without coffee. If that doesn't prove how much I believe in Craig LeBlanc, I don't know what would.
Yes.
So talking about power of believing.
Yeah, it really is powerful. And I'm actually a personal recipient of Thomas's belief in the Daily Parks and Rec show. I mean, having someone say that you're going to be a powerful voice, and here I am trying my hardest with our team, trying to tell the story, trying to be the voice. And so many times that self-doubt
Sure.
creeps in, even though you're doing this nonstop. And then somebody from just that's a part of your life just states what you're going to be. And it's continued to echo in my head ever since you told it to me. And just having that Thomas believes in me, it's powerful for me.
Thank
I
you.
can see you just planting that seed in everyone around you's life. So
Hey, but that's what I do, but I don't just do it arbitrarily. Like, I recognize the ability of people to achieve, to see, and obviously you have a proven track record of achieving anyway. But breaking into the Parks and Rec field, there's 2 other podcasts in the entire nation, and one of them is ran by our national association. So
Right.
of course that's going to have people to it, but you are just going above and beyond what anyone probably would have guessed when you said, "Hey, I'm starting a Parks and Rec podcast. It's going to feature on the industry." All of us industry folks, we're so busy and so scatterbrained that honestly, it's amazing that we're able to tune into a show long enough to actually
Right.
watch it. But you have become the face of Parks and Recreation for the people that are being on there, and I think that a year from now, you are going to be the biggest name. People are going to know the doorman, Craig LeBlanc, the Daily Parks and Rec show.
Yeah. Well, it's such a great industry to highlight. And I think it's just, you're such a great example of what I found in Parks and Rec is people believing in people, because it's in their heart to serve the underserved, to find out who in their community needs their help, that can't do it on their own, that needs a program, that needs an after school care, that needs a playground.
100%.
And Parks and Rec does this for their entire community, and very quietly.
Right.
And when I found that nobody was telling that story, and they have such a beautiful story to tell, I was like, okay, this is where I want to put my energy into.
Hey, and we appreciate it because by design we avoid being out there and taking credit for it, because the reflection is supposed to be on the community, the elected officials that make it possible for us, that sort of thing. Those are the people that are usually out in the forefront. So this is a new experience for most of us, being out in the forefront like this.
Right.
And you're making that happen. In fact, you're turning me into an egomaniac, really.
Yeah.
So I already have a big enough ego, and you're making it worse. Chris, just FYI.
Got to fight that ego, man. It always
Yeah.
wants to be correct. It knows everything, but it's
right.
So how do you keep that ego in check? Where's that humility come into play in the day-to-day conversations in your head?
So yeah. I always say that the biggest challenge that you face every day is when you look in that mirror in the morning. And there are 2 ways that it can go. Either you're going to be overconfident and dismiss everything, and you become blind to your flaws, or you become so aware of those flaws that you get lost in it.
Yeah.
That you spiral. And it's that battle that you face every morning. And JP said it really well yesterday during our presentation. He said, you have to be intentional about the positive thoughts, intentional about what you're thinking. And that's something that I struggle with every day, because I project a lot, but I actually have a very low self-esteem. It's common in people with neurodivergence. It's something that pretty much anyone that has an autism, ADHD diagnosis like that, everybody deals with it. But I project a lot, and the key is to either not get lost in that projection or not get lost into the low self-esteem behind it. And you have to strike that balance, and it requires intentional thought, purposeful saying, hey, I am enough exactly how I am.
Yep.
I am enough. I can achieve it. But also, my team's the most important thing. I can't take the glory because my team is who deserves it.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you get to that point to where you recognize that you're whole and complete, exactly as you are, you've always been whole and complete. It really allows you to be in the present moment and not so wrapped up in the fears of the unknown, or, regret over some mistake you made. And coming from the prison system, and now in Parks and Rec, you can see a lot of people that just don't have that belief in themselves.
100%. Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to touch on is, storytelling, telling your story. introducing yourself to people. But I want to speak about how Henry County, Georgia has taken that to a whole nother level of going out, recognizing that they are an exceptional department in Parks and Rec across America. And now y'all have chosen to tell that story, to get the word out. I want to know what's that done to the team. I
Sure.
see the impact that it's having on other people telling the story to and giving them encouragement. But how have you seen that shape the team? Because you're always volunteering your team to speak up, to speak at a session. What's that? What do you see that happening inside the people?
And honestly, at the beginning, there was some pushback, and this is the perfect thing to end on because I want every department, every agency out there to really listen to what I'm saying right now. Your story is how people will perceive you, but not just the public, how your elected officials, your county or city municipal administrators will perceive you. If you tell that story, the benefit to your citizens will only increase. And I've seen it in 4 years ago when I started. I keep back and forth between that number 4 and 5 years ago. I'm getting old, and so it alters between whichever podcast. But 4 years ago when I started with Parks and Rec, there was definitely some pushback to the idea at first. It wasn't something we had normally done, podcast, presenting, that sort of thing. But now I have other staff members volunteering us for things.
Wow.
In fact,
that's
Donna,
beautiful.
Donna, our deputy director, has got us in the NRPA newsletter for 4 of the past 6 weeks.
Wow.
And it's just incredible.
Yeah.
The way that the team has come together. It's not just me, Shane, Brian, Michelle won't admit it, but she does it too. She's probably going to be mad at me for saying that. Just everybody from the team coming together and pushing it all now to the point that it's actually getting exhausting to keep up with everything. But that's okay. That's okay. I'll sleep one day.
Yeah. We'll sleep when we're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're not dead yet. All right. So we talk about the story that we tell ourselves and how important that is, because you a lot of times you don't believe what you see. You don't believe the story that people tell about you, but you always believe that story you tell in yourself. So it's very important to tell that story. And I got that from Dr. Wayne Dyer. Do you have time to tell your story?
I was literally going to talk about Wayne Dyer. Yeah.
I want you to tell that story you told me the other night.
No problem. Okay. I'm already running late, so I just have to talk about Wayne Dyer really quick. And I honestly don't remember the story I told you the other night. So
it was the one where he walked around.
Yes. There we go. So Wayne Dyer, during his lectures, he would quote a poet. And the bad thing is I can never remember the poet's name. It doesn't matter how many times I look at her name, and it's a very simple name, and I just lose it. So go listen to Wayne Dyer's lectures. He passed away in 2016, but they're all available on YouTube. Go listen to Dr. Dyer's lectures. He talks about this poet, and she had a dream about the chapters of her life. In the first chapter of her life, she walked down the street, and there was a hole in the street. She fell in the hole, and it took her forever to get out. In the second chapter of her life, she walked down the street. There was a hole in the street. She fell in the hole, and it took her forever to get out. In the third chapter of her life, she walked down the street, and there was a hole. She fell in the hole. But she got out of the hole quicker because she knew how to get out. In the fourth chapter of her life, she walked down the street, and there was a hole. She walked around the hole. In the fifth chapter of her life, she took a different street. And that's where real change happens, when you take that different street.
Wow. What a powerful message to end on. Well, thank you so much for coming by today. I know you're flying out and threatening to come back and visit us in New Orleans.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
You're welcome to come back anytime. Your house is my house.
Sounds good.
Appreciate all the work that you're doing. And thank y'all so much for telling the story of Parks and Rec and then helping to create the Rec Room with us. By the way, you can hear Henry County Parks and Rec, second Wednesday of every month, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And they just pull back the curtain, and people like Thomas show how they do what they do and how the magic works.
Yeah,
and
you're going to get the unfiltered when you come to us.
Yeah, fantastic.
Oh, I did it again. I'm getting better at this.
I know, 2 hearts.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to Louisiana, and we look forward to having you back next year.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Are you ready to lead the next generation of Parks and Rec? Whether you're a student, intern, or rising leader, welcome to the Young Professionals Network by DPRS Media Co. Our mission? To empower early career professionals in parks and recreation through mentorship, visibility, and real-world leadership development. Our vision? A national network of passionate, prepared, and purpose-driven leaders who shape the future of public service. Starting now. Powered by the Daily Parks and Rec Show, YPN gives you access to exclusive interviews, career-building resources, behind-the-scenes content, and live events, all created by and for the next wave of Parks and Rec professionals. Learn from seasoned directors, build your brand, get involved with national conversations that matter. Whether you're in youth sports, facilities, programming, or policy, YPN is your launchpad. Young Professionals Network, your career, your community, your story.